Good day, good day, good day. This is Howard Martell, known as the Home Profit Coach here in Hampton Roads, Virginia. And we are going to be discussing a very, very important topic. The topic is called AI bubble versus real value. It was a video that I watched by one of the people that I follow, and I subscribe to the Trends Journal that gives you incredible amount of information for a few dollars a day, basically. It gives me globally what's going on truly in the economy and so much more. So we're going to talk about this. This is a very important topic as we have entered into, I think it's day three of our somewhat, you can say we're at war with Iran, but we have other allies that are helping us too that to whatever they're trying to do, take down the regime and uh, stop the endless killing or whatever you want to call it. A little bit about myself. I'm a former U.S. Navy enlisted. I worked in the cybersecurity field for 20 years, 10 days as enlisted Navy, retired from that first career. I reside here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. We're going to be talking about a very, very important topic because this affects every single one of us and how AI relates to what's going on in the economy and how that can definitely affect not only our portfolios. If you are investing in a 401k or thrift savings plan or whatever you're investing in, right? You got to understand that there's certain things globally that affect things. So we're going to talk about that. So let's talk about what's happening in the economy without panic. Gerald Celente is warning about a recession signals, debt, inflation, banking stress, and geopolitical risks. In the next 10 minutes, I'll break down the key points and share a stewardship focused what to watch checklist. Again, I'm Howard Martell broadcasting here from Virginia Beach, Virginia. And if you're live, just type in live. If you're on replay, just type in replay. So, what's your biggest concern right now? Comment inflation, debt, AI, banks, war, cost of living, anything. Recession signals that propped up the economies. Salente starts by saying some major economies may already be in recession. He mentions Germany and Japan. He believes in the years of the very low interest rates and the heavy money creation during the COVID propped up economies, and that inflation was dismissed as temporary. Our stewardship takeaway. Whether you agree with every detail or not, the principle is this: when conditions are artificially easy for a long time, reality eventually reasserts itself. Do you feel recession pressures personally? Comment yes or no. In our second segment, opportunity, inequality, and pressures on family. Talks about the inequality and how it affects daily life, housing and affordability, job pressure for young people, and stress on families. There's so many people struggling out there, even people that are making six figures. And there has been a good amount of job losses in different sectors. I'm living proof. I lost my job in January 29th. I was working there, doing a great job for the government. And then cutbacks, 32 bodies gone like that. But guess what? Because I was smart, I retired from the military. I get full benefits from the VA, and I use the system that has been benefiting me and blessing me and my family to allow us to sustain ourselves. Yes. Does it put a kink in the armor? Yeah, but I started investing at age 25. So it kind of helped that this happened because now I'm taking care of my health and then I'm financially setting myself up for another third leg, as we'll call them. We'll discuss that later on. If that's you, hear this. Your worth isn't your net worth, and you're not alone. In times like this, the best response is wise planning, reducing financial strain, and building resilient habits. So, what do you feel more? Price rising, opportunity shrinking, or a combination of both? In our third segment, the AI boom, .com 2.0, and China's rise. Salente predicts that the AI boom could turn into the dot-com 2.0 type situation where hype outruns real value. And then we see a correction. He also argues China may become a major AI leader due to scale, education, and youth adoption. See, China thinks in not 10-year marks, they think in 100 years. And their culture, whether you agree or not, is more disciplined than the United States when it comes to their students. Our students can't pay attention typically. That's why our test scores have been going down. Reading scores have been going down because you're not allowing your students to learn based on their environment, making school where failure is rewarded, but then mediocrity is then provided because once they step out into adult world, they're not prepared. And then they rely on the political machine, which is social services. And they can never get themselves out of that economic situation because generationally, as the government has gotten bigger, our deficits got bigger, our programs have gotten bigger, but has the improvement gotten bigger? Have we got people off of these social programs to allow them to enjoy the American dream? See, every state is now feeling the pressure because the current administration is doing this. They are reducing their footprint. It says, state, it's time for you to manage your budget. The federal government is trying to manage ours. Ours at this time is too big. We are cut back, cut back, cut back. And that's what happens even in the cyber contracting realm and stuff like that. It happens. Job losses happen. But what prepares you is understanding when uncertainty comes that you have a faith, you have the ability to be able to provide for yourself, you have your major bills covered. And I have that covered. I just take and move some money over. And what I do is it allows me to sustain myself, but it also allows me to be a better steward of what's been provided to me, right? So here's our stewardship takeaway. New technology can be real and still become overpriced in the short term. Wisdom is learning to separate long term value from short term hype. Now, do you think AI is mostly a bubble or mostly real? Comment, comment one of those. Segment four, geopolitical risks, banking stress, and real estate in safe havens. Throughout Hampton Roads and throughout different places that I travel to, I see open office buildings. This bus started during COVID and it's gone past that point. And COVID was 5 years ago, whatever it was. I don't remember, but we should have never shut down the entire worldwide economy. But because we listened to the people who wanted to manipulate us and do certain things, at the end of the day, we are all to blame. We didn't we conformed instead of resisting and protecting our more vulnerable, which is our older people and those who had viral type of things that if they did get sick with COVID, that they could be treated instead of masking up and not using herd immunity and all these things we're hearing about now and the stuff that I've read about. Um, Understand, we already had a sick society. You had multiple levels of obesity, diabetes, all these things that are now being discovered. And now that people have been telling you about are now being exposed at an astronomical level. See, that puts a strain on our economic system in the Western world. But but the real estate's the same thing too. When companies can realize, hey, I can not have this footprint, this huge lease of this building where I have bodies in here, employees who are a liability to me, that I can have them work from home. And then that also affects small business, the ones that provide meals and other things and other services to the people. So that's what happens when you have a real estate commercial bust, just like the student loans. People's student loans are having to get paid again. Um, I didn't have any student loans. When I graduated in 2025, it was all paid for because of my blood and my sacrifice to this country. And I graduated with honors. It was in cybersecurity. It's still a degree. And as I go on this journey since January 29th, I've been going to the gym. I'm about to go to the gym in another 20, 30 minutes to go meet one of my good friends in our, and so we can work out together and have accountability partners. Now, he's also bullish on precious metals like gold and silver during instability. We won't talk too much about that, but I'm going to tell you it is a good investment. But there's other investments that you can do if you can't afford those. Now, silver's and everything, but also understand that there's other vehicles out there within the markets. S&P 500 is a good place if you can get with a certified life benefit specialist or an agent that can help guide you through the process. And guess what Howard's going to be doing? Because he was outward thinking and understood money, he wanted to work with a company that allows him to learn while he earns. Now, how does that happen? I have to be what they call a professional advocate. That's it. I'm advocating for you to understand that you need to take those dollars and understand how money works. That's where our system comes in that I'll discuss later on. So, stewardship, what to watch, checklist, practical, non investment. Here's a practical stewardship checklist: debt plus interest, what gets harder to refinance? Job stability plus skills. You need to reskill yourself if you're in a profession that knows that there's going to be cutbacks coming back. Now, there a lot of companies will offer you training. There's government programs you can go. You go to night school. There's different things you can do. Now, this might cost some money, but what if you could be the one fixing the AI robots at Amazon, for example? That's just an example. Here in Hampton Roads, we have robotics. Outside the DoD, you have things that you can do. Job stability and skills, especially for younger workers. With the AI onset, what I've noticed is the DoD was starting to go through an AI model, and they have their own AI model that I think is Gemini that they have published. They're trying to get Claude at the time, and they've paid a pretty penny for it. But it's there to help you without putting any kind of classified information on it because you can't. It doesn't allow you to do that. But it allows you to brainstorm and think about ideas and how you can modernize and also put together some incredible data that can be used in reports and whatever. But of course, it can't be classified because it is a certified system. Myself, when I worked as a cyber professional, I was what they call a senior risk analyst. I was analyzing risk at all levels and giving authorizations to operate because I was providing recommendations on where the pain points were in the information systems for the Navy customers. And it has a direct reflection, which I was proud of because the modeling and simulation portion of it, where the fleet was preparing for battle. And guess what they're in? They are in battle right now. There's 9 ships out there in the Gulf and the Eastern Med that are supporting operations to help our men and women and also help the Israelis and whoever else's government are helping in the process of taking down the regime of Iran, which they've already killed their great leader, but they're still fighting because they don't get it. You're going to lose. Now, my concern is that we've already lost service members, and I pray that their families understand their sacrifice and that from the bottom of my heart, I've lost service members. I understand the sacrifice, but we do raise our hand saying, I will defend and support the Constitution against foreign and domestic. So we have to listen and pray over our commander in chief. We have to pray over his administration, our military leaders, that they are laser focused on bringing every man and woman without putting boots on the ground. That's what we've been told already. Because we do not need another endless war. I'll be honest with you. We are all casualties of veterans of endless wars. We don't need that. We need to be able to stabilize the government. We need to be able to have somebody within their realm that stabilizes it and gets that government. And I'm not saying put into a democracy. What I'm saying is put it into whatever the people want that is not a tyrannical type of government. So, our headlines: liquidity, Commercial real estate exposure. You can see it just driving down the street. You see that small businesses, there's been so many small businesses, so many restaurants that closed up. Why? Because costs go up. And if you raise money up a certain amount, it's not going as far as it can. And people cut back if they're working remotely or if they don't have a job. See, honestly don't know how people survive on $387 a week from unemployment. I don't. I don't. And you got to go through tooth and nail just to get it. It's just it doesn't make sense. But I'm like, whatever. I've already qualified for it, and it's a benefit I paid in for. So I'm gonna use it as much as I can while I'm looking. But I'm taking care of me right now. It's crucial that you understand that you got to take care of your health, both spiritually, what you put in your mind, what you put in your body. That's a crucial. That is crucial. What is going on? If you have those things, that's going to align, and you're going to feel a lot better, and you're going to deal with these stressors of life. Housing versus office real estate. Our housing has been going up a lot, but the cost of everything, insurance, cards, everything's been going up. Spending discipline. You're going to protect margin in your household budget. Make sure your bills are paid, but pay yourself first, right? If you're a believer in Christ, give your tithes, of course. I haven't stopped giving tithes because God's going to take care of it. At the end of the day, I truly believe that. He's already blessed me by allowing me to take my state license and pass it last Friday. I'm on to the next section. So here's a simple principle. Don't build your life on debt and optimism alone. Build it on margin, wisdom, and steady habits. Which topic? We're going to go into later topics too, but here's a recap. Salente's view is that recession signals are real. The economy has been propped up. AI could be a bubble. Banking, commercial real estate are pressure points, and geopolitical risk can rise in the downturns. If you want, and in closing, one last encouragement. In uncertain times, we choose wisdom over worry. Stewardship isn't about fear, it's being prepared and faithful for what we've been entrusted to. So that's part one of what is going on with our economy. The true news, right? They don't want to scare you, right? And as we go into the different segments, right? And we go into understanding what is going on, these pain points affect every single one of us, every single one of us. And if you're not smart with your money and understanding things like compound interest, the power of the rule of 72, how money doubles, living benefits, and so much more. With that being said, I wanted to transition over to something that I'm very, very proud about. Very, very proud about. The company I'll be working with. And happy Monday to you also. So we're going to share out the screen here. I'm going to share with you something incredible that if you're local in the 757 area, let's go here to this. It's our Money 101 series, right? So let's go right here. Let's go to our Money 101 series. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to share this link. This is our Money 101 series, right? So on March 11th, here in Hampton Roads at the Westin, you have the ability to be able to understand about money. It's not a sales seminar, but rather an educational workshop designed to help you and those you love with ideas to grow and protect your money. Whatever the reason, college funding, retirement planning, tax reduction, or simple wealth accumulation, you'll maybe unearth money you never knew you had. This class will reintroduce you to the three enemies that you must overcome to create financial security. And don't today's times really require us to take a closer look at our attentions and actions regarding your money so you know what to expect? Let me tell you three things that you will never see at our class. One, they don't have a sign-in sheet. Two, we never sell anything. We don't push any books, CDs, or self-help kits. And three, we never pressure appointments. You're never going to get a pressure point, but for me, it's just it's out of love. And I am a client. Me and my wife are clients of Five Rings. So come to one of our Money 101 series. These are all the ones that's coming up. Right. Now, this is the Money 101 here. Little better graphic. And has the same thing too. Money 101 introduces you to 7-time proven financial tools and strategies that are essential for college funding, retirement planning, and risk reduction. What I'll do is I'll put this into the comment section so you'll see it. So just bear with me. I'll show that right there. You can go to Eventbrite right there if you're in the greater Hampton Roads area in the United States. Now, if you're not in the Hampton Roads area, you can go to one of the many 101s that they have. Doors open at 6 p.m. and they start promptly at 6:30. Please make sure that you have some food in your stomach. They have some light refreshments, coffee, tea, lemonade. This is all provided by the hotel. But remember this: arrive early for the best seats and join us for a complimentary buffet dinner. Now, you have to reserve your spot so they can know how many dinners they need to provide, how much of the buffet they need to provide, because that has to be paid for, whether you show up or not. So be respectful of that. I'm just going to tell people that because it's a free event to attend, just so you how money works. And I can tell you every time that I go there, I see the crowds building, anywhere from 15 to 30 people, the room's filled. And you see people leaning in to understanding about money. And then you, the consumer, makes the choice. This is my mentor right here, one of my mentors, Heather, and my other person who introduced me, Angie Ritter, introduced me a few years back, me and my wife. Now, if you are interested in there's a lunch also in Virginia Beach. Now, this is at the location of the headquarters in Lynn Haven. So if you're in the greater Hampton Roads area and you have a lunch break, 12:15 to 1:30. Same thing. It's a modified version. You can reserve your spot there too. And there's the address and everything else. This is on Eventbrite. Now, let's go back to here. Also, we have, should be today, there should be a Money 101. Let me see, March 2nd today, March 2nd. Let's go here to this, Virginia Beach. Just bear with me. I'm looking to see what we have. There should be one. You can find it in there. That's March 11th. Just bear with me. Here we go. Wine Women Event. Let's go here to this. This is the one I want to show you right here. Now, there's limited tickets for this. Oh, it's already sold out. So you can't even show up right now. So unfortunately, that event's been it's very popular. It's a place where women network, and you get to have it's a night. It's for women. Encourage you about money, understanding it. That's a short presentation, but then you get to network with other fellow powerful women here in Hampton Roads. Now, the next one will be next month, so definitely follow along that. So these are some events that are going on here, not only in Hampton Roads, but in every single portion of the 50 states. We want to help you. We want to show you the power of stewardship dollars. With that being said, take care. I hope you enjoy this message. And if you want more information, just comment below. Thank you.